The 18th annual production of a cultural education play based on the Harlem Renaissance will take place in the South End February 28th and March 1st. The full title is Harlem Renaissance Revisited with a Gospel Flavor. Our guests are the creator, Haywood Fennell Sr., and a member of the cast, Sky Forts. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll start with Haywood Fennell. You're from Harlem, but tell me how this got started.
Well, I've always been interested in history, and I was living in one of South End, the Pine Street Inn shelters at the time that I wrote an outline for a script and had some friends read it and get interested in it, and we performed it 17, this year will be 18 years ago, and our first stage was improv at the American Legion Post on Blue Hill Avenue.
Now, one of the reasons you're doing this is that maybe for quite a long time, many people in this country didn't even know there was a Harlem Renaissance and didn't know how important it was.
Right. You know, the social barriers that were faced by the folks back during that era are still here today. And it shows what can happen when you have some unity, some love, some respect for each other, especially for the talents, you know, to encourage them to don't allow these barriers, skin color, racism, or whatever to stop you, you know, and that's what they did, you know, and they became very famous. People like Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, Duke Ellington, Conte Claude McKay, so many people became icons, if you will, in the arts.
As far as the writers, Sky, why were they important to you?
Well, I feel like the history was always important to me. And I also remember in rehearsal, Mr. Haywood had said, if you go up to like 4 people in my school and ask them, name at least 5 people in the Harlem Renaissance, and they wouldn't answer because it feels like they don't teach it enough in school, and I think they should start teaching it too. And also, I'm a poem writer, like I write poetry. And in class,
you can show us the title page of your book here.
Show it to
this is
I wrote, Poetry is My Life.
So that could mean a couple of things. Why do you say poetry is your life?
Because I think poetry is my life because I feel like I'm good at it. I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but I know that I can write poetry. I actually wrote one.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
Sure.
I wrote a poem called Rain, and it says, whoosh, as I look out the window, I see a big round puddle. I just want to stay in with my mom and cuddle. Whoosh, kaplish, rish, I hear the cars drive by. Whoosh, kaplish, rish, and I ask why. I look to the sky, and there were dark clouds. The sound of thunder was oh so loud. The thunder was so loud, I thought I would go insane. But when I looked at the puddle, I saw it was only rain. Rain comes from the sky, and sky is my name. Rain must be beautiful. I will never look at rain the same.
Haywood, this is also, your production here is about making people look at things differently, but it's also a learning adventure, whether it's for Sky or for yourself.
Right, yes, definitely. You know, this year we have a really exceptional cast of folks, you know, some professionals, some educators, and we share a lot, you know, and our goal is to have a performance company as well as a theater teaching company and use the American history as our source material. And we find that our schools today are not as forceful with teaching American history as they should be. You know, so we think it's very important that we invest time in teaching them about themselves, so once they know who they are, they can pretty much figure out some better options.
Sky, not only are you a writer, but you're going to be in this production as a singer, so maybe you can share a little bit of what you're going to be doing?
I'm going to be singing At Last, a little piece of At Last by Etta James. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, at last.
Haywood, for people who might have seen earlier productions, I guess they should know that this one's not going to be a carbon copy, right?
Oh, no, definitely not. I mean, this is by far our best production based on the talent and the openness and the willingness to learn about themselves and their roles. And it's more than just reciting lines now. We're actually encouraging them to learn how to act. Now, you know, I just want to mention Paul White is our music director, and he agrees with me that this is probably one of our best casts.
We should have reminders. This is going to be at the Blackstone Community Center?
The Blackstone Community Center. It's going to be February the 28th at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday, March 1st at 1:30. And we're located at 50 West Brookline Street in the South End.
And if people need more information or want to find out about tickets or anything? 617-966-9594. Thank you both very much. Haywood Fennell, Sr.
Thank you.
And Sky Forts. We'll have more news in just a moment.